Okay, I'm starting this early for no good reason other than I was dying to talk about this today because I just started
Scott!
listening to
Scott!
I just started listening to Howard's interview with Mick Jagger, which was horrific to say the least. But when I started listening to it, I noticed what an incredibly epic fail. And you guys, whoever's listening, all three people that are on with me and Xavier right now, or not Scott,
Hey, Africa!
you'll let us know whether or not it's in the. Well, maybe I need a little light here. I
Replay.
can't see myself well. Maybe it's not in the replay, but I don't care. I figured let me get it
Oh,
out
this
to you
is going to
guys right now.
disappear.
Huh? Why? Oh,
Oh,
absolutely. Somebody
there's
on
no way they're
Twitter,
going to re-air that.
no, somebody on Twitter just told me that it's not on the replays and they didn't know what I was talking about. So, without further ado, let's listen to it and then we'll talk about it behind this, okay? Here we go. New babe, let me know if the sound is okay. Oh, motherless
Cool.
cunt. I'm gonna let me refresh.
Scott!
Sorry
Scott!
guys, just sorry guys, just hang on with me. I literally just
Oh,
recorded
the
it
irony.
like 2 seconds ago. So and I called it a bit of a stumble. Of course, that would be classically us, right? Oh God. You know, if Scion Z was doing this, he'd have it like all queued up. It would be all set up and perfect. But me, no. No, let's just fuck it up epically. Right, here we go. Hang on.
I'm
Let
at the
me,
Mets.
let me.
I'm at the Mets game, by the way.
Hello? This is
That's
here it is.
deathwishcoffee.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Price details, other ways to play, odds, and full contest rules at deathwishcoffee.com.
On today's show, the interview Howard has waited his
Can you hear it?
entire career for.
Yes.
Legendary Rolling Stones lead singer, frontman, and songwriter, Mick Jagger.
Please allow me to introduce myself. Please allow me to introduce myself. Please allow me to introduce myself.
Good Lord, I'm a nervous wreck.
Here it comes.
Hope you get mine!
This is a little too important to me. I said to Robin, I've never been so filled with anxiety about talking to another human being as Mick Jagger.
All right, check it out. Here it comes.
I mean,
Warning that you were going to do this, and I was like, oh my God, I wonder if he's nervous.
I am. It's really weird. I've been doing this for like 40 years, but he's the one guy that would just screw my head up. But without further ado, I don't want to waste a minute. One of the greatest
Not a
human
morning
beings,
person?
one of
Need
the
something
biggest
stronger to
comedians in
fuel
my
your
life.
day?
Somebody
Drink
I'm in love
Death
with.
Wish
He doesn't know
Coffee.
it, but I
Discover the
love him.
elixir of life.
Mick
The world's
Jagger. Oh, my
strongest
God.
coffee.
Let me
And
look
experience
at
an
you.
unprecedented ability to crush through chores.
Mick,
Take your job with enthusiasm.
may I call you
Focus
Mick?
like a
Would it
Zen
be
master.
okay?
Talk at lightning speed and
Well,
be better at almost everything.
You know, I've been doing radio for so long.
Can you
What
even
the fuck
imagine
up?
They say to me in interviews,
what an epic fuck up? How classic. So here we are. This
Real
is
quick. This proves the
good.
show isn't. It's two things. It's either the show is not live, it's all pre-recorded, because he would have noticed such a gigantic fuck up, or he is so lazy that he doesn't have a loop back of what's actually going out on air, and this is just absolute embarrassing podcast 101 type of shit. And if this had happened when, well, first of all, good move of firing Scott, because now you can't blame Scott for these ridiculous, lazy fuck ups. So if you would have had Scott on staff, this would have been like for the rest of the year. That's all they would have talked about.
Absolutely. And the thing, well, okay, anybody who listened to this interview today needs to let me know whether or not it was in the replays with this fuck up. I did love that it was called, what was it called? Death coffee or some shit like this.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Oh
And he
my
was
fucking
so
God.
excited
Yeah.
and so nervous. And all of a sudden the commercial comes back on. And the craziest thing about it is the fact that he paid no attention to it. And it's his big
Absolutely.
moment.
But he wasn't
And
there. He's
I
at home, so
wonder.
taking a nap while this is going out. Supposedly
Death Wish
live.
Coffee. That's what it's called. Death Wish Coffee. So fucking ironic. I love it. So yeah. So he
What an
was so
asshole.
excited, and he goes without further ado, and then boom, right back into Death Wish Coffee commercial. I thought that
How
was.
can he not know what's going on?
How can you
And
not know?
if he was live, and let's say he doesn't have a return loop on the audio that's being broadcast, someone would have fucking should have pre-faded him and said, "Hey, we have a technical issue. Hang on." Nothing. This just
Exactly.
proves the show is completely a fraud at this point. Who knows when they recorded that fucking Mick Jagger fucking interview? Who fucking? It's so sad.
Rupert Pumpkin said he just logged into the show and the interview says 41 minutes. So he had 41 minutes with him and and they fucked it up royally. And I'm kind of loving to maybe blame this on Fred because literally he has one job and he doesn't even do that right anymore. Like he has one fucking
No, well,
job.
this is more of a technical. There's an engineer. There's a technician, a sound mixer. That's actually he's on a board and he's got all the different feeds. And probably he put a cheeseburger on the mixing board and that shit started playing again. It's but more important than the actual physical fuck up that they did is the fact that Howard didn't react to it because he wasn't there. Because you can't react to shit you recorded 12 hours ago.
But do you think? I mean, you know, so when Mick came on, and by the way, to be fair, I didn't even listen to the whole interview simply because that was such a massive fuck up, and I was so sure that it would be gone from the next iteration of the show that I had to record it while I was still listening to it.
Good move.
Thank you, sir. RK says, did you notice when Wiggy told Mick what song made him emotional and weepy? And Mick actually chuckled about it. Like he actually laughed at him. I don't even think that Mick Jagger knows who Howard is.
He doesn't.
I love that even more.
Mick Jagger, the guy who has like 8,000 illegitimate kids, is gonna get emotional over a fucking song. What an asshole! Really?
But for real though, seriously, Xavier, is it absolutely the fact that he knew that that was happening while it was happening and didn't do anything about it, or that it was recorded and
There's no
he
way.
didn't know it was happening?
There's no way. His ego is so on the line. I mean, they did this whole legendary singer, and all this other crap. He wants to be thought of on the same level as these motherfuckers, as the Robert Plant. He wants to be the Mick Jagger and Robert Plant of radio, but he's not even like the freaking Ringo Starr of podcasts at this point. He is absolutely just, and you know what? And you know what this is? This is the cows coming home, the roosters coming back to roost of the laziness, the
cows
sheer
coming back
not
to
giving
roost.
a fuck. Yeah, the cows coming home.
It's on the
Coming
higher
back to bite him in the
epilog
ass.
of fuck ups.
Yeah.
If anybody listened
That's
to
all
Grillo
this is.
yesterday,
Yeah. This is literally a guy getting paid $1 million and not giving a shit about the product.
yes,
now he
this
looks
is
like an asshole.
absolutely that. And all he's doing right now is penance for taking the entirety of the summer off. All these shows that he's doing are complete and utter bullshit. Nobody really cares about listening to him at 1:00 in the afternoon. Nobody. And I love that if Mick dictated that the show, but that's the kind of curious thing. So Mick said good morning, even though he was in North Carolina and they're doing a show at 1:15 in the afternoon. So it didn't kind of make sense to me
Oopies.
Oopsies, everybody, oopsies. Azor75 says he shouldn't have announced the interview till after it was done and actually listenable. He painted himself into a corner and had to release something. Absolutely. Yeah, X is on his lunch break right now. So yes, he probably is eating something, but it's not chicken that came home to roost, like Tiger Lily just said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Sue me. I got the food like Jagger. I got the food like Jagger.
You guys stay there one quick second because I'm gonna play it again. I'm hoping that it will actually replay for me. And if it doesn't, of course, I'll have
I'm
to
at the
like
red.
do a rewind. So you just chat a little bit with the audience for a second there, darling boy, and then I will replay this and see
Please
if
allow me to introduce myself.
yeah.
Dude,
All right,
okay.
hang on.
This, you know what the best thing about this is?
What?
He's going to go home and he ain't going to punch a wall because he's a pussy. He'll go home and well, he is home. He'll bite down on his 1,000 thread count pillow and cry and weep and why are they so mean to me? I need a mental break too. Well, didn't you just take a fucking 3-month mental break, asshole? You couldn't do a 40-minute interview without looking like an idiot.
Hey, he was
Come
busy.
on.
All right, so for those of you who weren't here for the first 3 listeners that actually heard this, I will replay it again so that you can hear what this asshole did today. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get there.
Howard is boo. Shadooby. Shad, dude.
On today's show, the interview Howard has waited his entire career for. Legendary Rolling Stones lead singer, frontman, and songwriter, Mick Jagger.
Please allow me to introduce myself. Please allow me to introduce myself. Please allow me to introduce myself.
Good Lord, I'm a nervous wreck.
Hope you get my name.
This is a little too important to me.
So important.
Robin, I've never been so filled with anxiety about talking to another human being as Mick Jagger. I mean,
Warning that you were going to do this, and I was like, oh my god, I wonder if he's nervous.
I am. It's really weird. I've been doing this for like 40 years, but he's the one guy that would just screw my head up. But without further ado, I don't want to waste a minute. One of the greatest
Not a
human
morning
beings,
person?
one of
Need
the
something
biggest
stronger to
influences in
fuel
my
your
life.
day?
Somebody
Drink
I'm in
Death
love with.
Wish
He doesn't know
coffee.
it, but I
Discover the elixir of life,
Mick
the
Jagger.
world's
Oh my
strongest
God.
coffee,
Look
and
at
experience an
you.
unprecedented ability to crush through chores. Do your job with enthusiasm.
May I call you
Focus
Mick?
like a
Would
Zen
it be
master.
okay?
Talk at lightning speed and be better at almost everything.
You know, I've been doing radio for so long, and they always say to me,
Okay, I know it's not loud enough, and I'm
What
really
an
sorry.
asshole.
I'm really sorry that it wasn't that loud. But so what I did is I was listening to it on my phone, and I figured by the until if they erase it, I didn't want to miss out on it. So I literally just recorded it and put it next to my mic, and that's why it's a little bit on the low
Don't you
side.
worry, none, guys. You'll get a nice copy of this.
Yes, exactly. I will post it on our website at some point in the very near future as soon as I get it.
This is Howard Stern's nipple gate from the Super Bowl. What an embarrassment this guy is. And not only that, they come back and he's like, I've been doing this for 40 years. Really? You don't have a return on your audio to realize what's going on, but you're just bragging about 40 years.
Can you imagine? All right, so that was super pathetic. I still have not listened to the entirety of the show, but since I happen to have been on the phone with X while it was happening, I was like, oh my God, let's just go live really quickly so everybody can hear it and see what was going on. So that's what we did, and that is all that's going on for this show. Nothing to hear but his incompetence. I am 1,000% that some head is going to roll for this today. I'm sure of
Oh,
it.
can we talk? I gotta go in a minute. Can we talk about the fact that this would have been fucking Scott's fucking head on a fucking chopping block? And how
Absolutely.
wonderful it is that they were so bragging about the guy at Sirius. Oh, the guy at Sirius is so much better. Like, well, he tuned Lady Gaga's piano. He's so much better than Scott. And here we are. Same inept fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So I'd be really interested if anybody listens to the replay of this, or I'll actually listen to it now after I hang up with you guys and see if he was some. Do you think that it's two separate feeds, though, Xavier? Like, do you think that him talking will be able to
Well, here's
be
the thing.
pulled out?
Here's quick scenarios. He's live, and he is only hearing himself, which is not really plausible considering he's about to do an interview with someone. So he only has he can't. So he would have been aware of what was going on if he had like a normal, like a loop back on his return audio, and he would have been able to hear what's going on. So, and he didn't react to it. So that's a dead giveaway. So it's either that or it's just pre-recorded. There was nothing for him to when he recorded it, it was just fine.
No, but my question is can they pull that out of the replay of it? Like, can they pull his separate audio out? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. If they're professional, they have ISO tracks of all the audio. So like Robbins, like remember the old days with like the Robbins singing cocaine, because they have her on an ISO track. It's all like different. It's like probably like a 24 track mixer. So yeah. So in everybody's is isolated, recorded, isolated, and they can do a mix of the audio that was recorded today.
You know what? I fully expect this from our show, as is happening right now. But then again, I don't get paid $90 million to do a show that's supposed to be fucking perfection, nor have I been doing this for 40 years. So there's that. We just realized as we were talking that if it was, God forbid, Scott, it would have been a million hours of berating him on air and making Scott feel like an absolute fucking dick. And by the way, I just want to throw out to you that Fred has now become an epic fucking failure. Seriously, if this is on Fred, he has one goddamn job, and even the drops aren't fun anymore. They're boring, they're inane, they're things that we've heard for like the last 40 years. It's time for some new material, fucking Fred. You're like Jackie now. You don't even need to be there.
Absolutely.
Fact, the one time that Sal did your fucking job, he did an amazing job of it. Nobody needs you anymore. You suck. Okay, what else?
So basically the way it would work is you would have more likely a area, like different tracks that you drop in for the commercials. So more than likely someone just fucking hit the wrong button. And not only that, think about it. Howard wasn't paying attention, or he was recorded, or the person who's actually, there's a physical person hitting the buttons. They didn't even notice it. So think about that. So it's not just a one-way street with Howard. The technical person would have noticed that shit was fucked up and should have stopped it immediately. Like you should have just heard like one little like 5-second clip and then, oh shit, where he fucking pauses it. So not only that is Howard not paying attention, or Howard's pre-recorded, but the person who's actually hitting buttons is not even paying attention. They're fucking
I bet you it literally
totally
took Gary to like text somebody and say, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm positive that it took somebody like John or Gary.
At the end of the day, this is kind of like what you used to hear, like when Nickelodeon, all of a sudden the Playboy channel was on for like 15 minutes and because nobody was fucking paying attention. It's like that kind of shit. But you know what? That's what happens when you're lazy ass, haven't been in the studio for a year and a half, don't fucking give a shit about the quality of the show, who don't give a crap about anything other than cashing that check. And this is what happens when the people who do these technical things don't have to worry about their job, because they're never gonna have to run into him in the fucking hallway.
This is true. All right. So
okay, on that note, I gotta go.
Okay. All right. So goodbye. So you can't leave me by myself. So I'm gonna go too. So
to be continued.
Yes, to be continued. So we just wanted to get this out to you guys so you could hear it. And Xavier, I'll talk to you later. And
my food was delicious, by the way. Thank you.
What did you have for lunch?
I'm just kidding. I just had a burger. It was I just shoved it in my face. Yum 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 yum. Anyway, okay. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, babe. yeah, so much for that. Okay, so that's kind of all I have. No, you didn't do that. Yeah, thanks everybody for paying attention to me for a couple of minutes. Zach, I love you and I miss you so much, and I'm so glad you're here right now. So yeah, thanks everybody, and sorry I didn't even brush my hair or do anything, but I just wanted to get on air. So talk to you later.